Welcome, Pisces, to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. This reading is going to be for June 2022. This is for my beautiful water sign, Pisces. So welcome. If you haven't been here before, it's a Tree of Life spread. It's red with it like a tree on the top, and as it goes down from the heavens into the earth, and obviously the trunk of the tree, and then we have the root of the tree. So let's go ahead and start with the reading. Right here in the number one position, we have what we call the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords here, it is a feeling, this is what telling me what the issue is. It's a feeling of restriction. Maybe you're feeling bound, helpless, maybe vulnerable for some of you. She's kind of, if you can see, she's kind of imprisoning herself because she's actually able to wiggle out of this, get out through the swords here and walk away into, where the light's coming through here, which is like the light of hope. However, because she is wearing that blindfold, you can see that she's preventing herself from seeing her situation, which is kind of basically like saying she's in denial, and because she is in denial, she's not seeing her situation as it is for what it is. So let's see how we can possibly turn that around, because she can get away and she can't, and she's just feeling vulnerable. But if she takes off that blindfold, she can wiggle out of these binds and go through the swords and walk away. So let's see why you're not walking away from something, or why you're feeling bound and restricted. Right here in the drive position, like what's driving you forward, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, very earthly card. You do have a lot of earth energy coming up here, which deals a lot of financial situations. So this one right here, what keeps you kind of going for the most part is basically security. You want to have comfort, secure foundation, because you can see here, that by working hard and laying a secure foundation, you'll be able to, and of course careful attention to planning as well, you'll be able to be prosperous and have that security financially and be comfortable. And it looks like that is definitely something that's kind of paving the way for you, that's kind of giving you that motivation to go forward. What you have created already, it's a Nine of Pentacles. Again, it's another earthly kind of sign because of the earthly pentacles. So it does deal again with financial status. And this is what this card is: someone that's self-sufficient, you've refined, you're comfortable, fulfilled, and contentment. So a lot of you seem to be really content in your financial situation, and you just want to keep going in that direction. But there's something that you're not seeing in the situation, so let's find out what that is. Right here in the reverse position, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, now the Nine of Swords here, it's in the reverse, so it's a real what you're seeking, that's giving you the energy to keep building and keep going forward as well. It's not just a financial security, but also you want to, it looks like you're going to like you're wanting to find that relief from that plague of distress. So you might have been in distress, you might have been in anguish, pain, maybe for some of you had some regret. But in order to lift that sword, the Nine of Swords here, that feeling of regret and pain and anguish, in order to lift that, you have to forgive yourself and move forward. So maybe that's a situation that you're not quite seeing, but you are in that situation where you're forgiving yourself, you're moving forward in order to keep healing and going forward. So that's good. That's a good thing, because that's giving you the energy to keep going forward, not just in your financial situation, but just in general. You're trying to go forward by forgiving yourself. And let's see right here. What do you need to dissolve? We have the Eight of Pentacles, but because it's something you need to dissolve, we do have it in the reverse position here. It actually represents maybe a possible frustration and impatience in something that you think it needs improvement. So you might be being overcritical of yourself for not achieving certain goals that you wanted to achieve. So this is definitely all connected, and you're striving for that success, for that position you want. And right here, you're very comfortable right now. You're kind of getting that secure, but you want to be more secure. And this is what you're kind of being hard on yourself about something. It could also be you're being hard on yourself because you're in this situation where you're kind of just blinded by whatever that situation is, not wanting to see for what it is. It might be more of a romantic situation that we're dealing with here. If it is with a romantic situation, It is with the Pentacles suit, meaning it's probably with an earth sign. So it could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo that you're dealing with in your partner, that you might be kind of not seeing what's happening there, but at the same time, it's affecting maybe even your career a little bit because it's kind of holding you back on what you need to do. So let's see if we can get a little more further clarification. Right here in the middle of the deck here of the reading, we have the Hierophant. It's a major arcana card. This is kind of like the energy that's creating, as you get from all the energies, this energy, right? So it's like a synergy. So it's even a bigger energy that you create by getting all the energies from the rest of the cards. So this synergy here that you have here, it's a very much the Hierophant. He's very traditional. You know, you have a strong foundation, maybe religiously, in your faith, in your spirituality, in the way that you like certain things to be done, order, rules. You're very traditional, it seems like, or you're acting in a very traditional way. The cross keys that you see here on his mitter it symbolizes the unlocking of wisdom and a higher truth. So you are seeking the higher truth. You are seeking more than just a material foundational type of security. You're actually seeking even more of a spiritual elevation, which is a very positive direction to go in. Now in the victory position here, we have the star. Beautiful card. It's like a wish card, right? The star here, it's a beautiful card in the victory position. It is the card of hope, inspiration, serenity, faith. It reflects on your blessings. It reminds you to reflect on your blessings, to foster a positive outlook on things. As you can see, she has 8 stars here, which is representative of strength, which is needed to accept one's imperfections and build self-esteem in spite of them. So right here with this card, it is a card of inspiration and hope and serenity and faith, right? With faith, with dealing with this as well. However, because it is in the victory position, it's telling you the way for you to achieve the victory over whatever you're suffering over here. It's for you to, and whatever you have to dissolve here, that feeling of not achieving what you need, is by facing kind of using the strength of the cards here and facing your own imperfections and accepting them, because we're all not perfect. That's why we're all here. You know, we're a work in progress. You have to be a little kinder to yourself, a little bit more forgiving of yourself, to build that self-esteem again, in spite of what you feel like you're going through here, where you feel like you might have not achieved what you wanted to achieve, whether it be in work or your relationship that you're trying to work on. And of course, you do have the strength to do it. That's where the strength of the number 8 here with the stars, it's definitely give you something positive. And then of course, she's pouring the water into the subconscious, emotional side, and then balancing it off by putting it in on the ground, which is more of the earthly realm. So this is a very positive card to have in your victory position, and it's kind of just reminding you, you know, be kind to yourself. You wouldn't treat other people the way we kind of self-talk to ourselves sometimes. So be a little kind to yourself. Be a little forgiving that you haven't achieved what you want to achieve over here yet. You're almost there. Just kind of give it yourself a little hope and a little time. And obviously a lot, you know, a lot of patience and kindness. And right here, of course, you're already dealing with relieving that distress and that anguish by forgiving yourself as well. So this is all kind of related right here. And then we have in the number 8 position what you want, which is the 4 of Cups, but right now we want it in the reverse, right? Because it's basically saying you want to dissolve the feeling of boredom, of not wanting to kind of go through things because you're kind of bored or not have desire. So this card here is telling us, okay, you have to have that new desire. You want to dissolve that lack of desire. You want to have desire in your motivation, sense of feeling excited and emotion, you know, that the sense of emotions that you have lifted, that sense of not feeling emotions, of not feeling, almost feeling apathy, basically, not feeling that motivation. So you're lifting that, because you're also going to be looking at all the things that are being offered to you, like these cups over here. Excuse me. So that's what you need to like work on. It kind of reveals what you want. You want to have that inner motivation. You want to have that sense of excitement for things again. And so that's the direction you want to be heading. So let's see how others see you and how you see yourself. Right here we have a major arcana card in the trunk of the tree. Basically, this is the devil. Now the devil here, it's just basically a card that means, you're wanting to possibly you see yourself or others see you as kind of like having these earthly attachments to earthly desires and temptation, or it could just be, materialism as well. So some of you are also maybe bound like in hopelessness or materialism as well, but kind of like that hopeless feeling or that feeling of you're kind of just bound to these material things that matter to you. And for some of you, which kind of coincides with this situation, is a situation to refuse to see a situation for what it is. So basically, you're in a circumstance where you don't want to see what's happening. You kind of refuse to see it, which coincides with this as well, that you're not wanting to see what's happening. So let's see if we can figure that out a little more. It's something to do either with yourself or with a person that you're having a relationship with. Again, it could be somebody that's either a relationship, a friendship, even somebody that's earth sign, again Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. So right here, you got to remember here also with the tree, it is a tree of knowledge. So the tree of knowledge will only get you so far. It's more dealing with the earthly realms. So what you want to do is kind of focus on the tree of life, right? Because the tree of life is like the tree, a map of your soul. So that's going to give you the spiritual balance that you do need to focus on, and not the knowledge, because the knowledge will only fulfill you so much. That's why probably you're seeking a little bit higher elevation, higher truths here. You're kind of working on yourself with that inner reflection, which is good. And then right here in the what's radiating out, and what's kind of giving you the outcome is a major arcana card. Is a strength card, a very positive card to have. Is that inner strength and courage, not a physical strength. It gives us a card of patience, kindness, confidence, willpower, but it does represent that strength of mind. And of course, you have the strength of the lion here representing the strength of mind. You have the vision here of the different, the orb and the eagles. They have vision, creativity, and then of course you have the staff of everlasting life. So it's a very positive card to have, and it's telling you have the strength to get over this hurdle, whatever this hurdle is for you. Okay, and that would be up to your interpretation and your decision on what you think that hurdle is. So kind of be a little bit more introspective and see what the higher truth is that you're trying to reach. So right here we have the pillar of severity, and over here the pillar of mercy. In the middle, of course, we have the pillar of harmony. Excuse me. Now, as we go up the pillar of harmony, we can see kind of a little bit more like a tips on maybe how to turn this around and see the situation and kind of leave yourself from feeling bound to whatever this is kind of feeling you like you're being imprisoned when you're not. So one thing is you have the strength to do it. Over here talks about the strength to do it. So in the victory position even, so you have the strength to overcome it. And then right here, as you go up the tree of life, don't fall into temptations that are, more earthly bound, because right now you're starting to seek what's more of a higher truth, of more higher wisdom. That's what it seems like you're looking for. So right here, you also want that desire for inner motivation, for excitement about things, doing things again. So all of this is kind of like, a rebirth of that new feeling of maybe new elevations, new renewals, new desires, that kind of thing. But let's see right here, we do have, you kind of like being a little bit hard on yourself. And then over here, of course, we have you, getting over that hurt, getting over the things that have kind of brought you anguish and regret, and to keep going and moving forward. So you're already starting to heal and moving forward. So by doing that and kind of reflecting and knowing that you do have the strength to get through this and keep going in the direction you're going with a strong foundation that you have for stability, you can turn this upside down and actually see that you can get out of that situation that you're in. It may take a little bit of time, but that you have to stay positive. Keep that blindfold off and see the situation for what it is. That way you'll be able to really see it and assess it and then make a decision at that point. And of course, just hold on to your faith, your spirituality, whatever your beliefs are. That will help you go through this transition of getting through this finally. But it looks like a lot of you are on your way to healing, and then you'll be very successful at it. I hope this reading has been helpful. I hope it brings you lots of peace and maybe a new perspective on your situation. And I do hope that you're here for July. Please do subscribe so I know that you want me to continue making these videos for next month. And please do like, share. That way you can share it with friends as well. See if they can have anything that maybe resonates with them as well. And this coming month, I will be announcing a winner. So basically, I'm going to be picking one of the subscribers and kind of raffling off a free reading. So that's what I'll be doing at the end of the month, and I'll be announcing it here on my channel soon, so that everybody knows that they've subscribed. I'm going to go ahead and pick a name for a free reading. I do thank you for coming and being here today. I am offering readings as well. You can always reach out to me at sweettreeoflifetarot@gmail.com. I'm available for readings, and if you have any questions on the video, or for some reason, this information is kind of not coming through very clearly as far as my video or the sound, I do apologize. I hope everything's clear, and I hope to see you here next month. I'm wishing you lots of peace, love, and light. See you soon.